Welcome to a mixed day. It's going to be awesome. The rain stopped. Thank you for your prayers. The weather wars, we're winning. I'm telling you now. I mean, have they had enough of war? They've been committing war against Victorians for the last 2 years. Haven't they? With the jab. It's time.
I'm not happy.
They're implicated. We know the Monash University, they're getting samples from the Ukraine now. I wonder why. We know they're now building a vaccine, well actually a COVID coronavirus that is almost impervious to anything. Unfortunately, most of the people that have had this horrible thing will continue to be affected. But has an elbow in his mates, like the Liberals, Nationals, Labor, Greens, they're all the one now. And his mate Daniel Andrews, who thought their mentality of war against our Australian people, they might have learned something, but they haven't learned anything. So, welcome those who went to Mission to Melbourne. I was there, were you there, Mission to Melbourne? Awesome. We're going to keep them moving, like I was saying. Prayers going up and boots going down. That's what this is about. Spiritual war. So, these corrupt corporate politicians have blood on their hands. They want more in the Ukraine. They're causing death in the Ukraine. Trying to side us. Hate on Russia. We're love on both sides because we know both countries were one and the same once upon a time. All the Russians want is their sovereignty and the warmongers away from their borders, particularly NATO. Unbelievable what NATO's become, isn't it? And hard to believe we've been paying for this shit for so long. Still paying for it. Leaving ourselves undefended, sending our good gear over to Ukraine to get blown up in 2 seconds by Putin. Pointless. Pointless. The Ukraine is officially now regarded as insane. And we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore, are we? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take this Ukraine war. Hey, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take this Ukraine war. Hey, if anybody wants to come up and have a chat to the crowd, please come down before we head off. Anyone's got any, you want to go? Please don't be too loud. See, I live in this town. Actually, I live in this town.
How are you, baby? How are you?
I'm not a Russian. I was a rugby player also. These people are government people. It's the government who got to be careful. The government here, the same thing here. It's the government that we're against. The government that we're against. Just like Ukraine and Russia. So, praise God, this guy's a Russian. You're Ukrainian. This Ukrainian, anybody from Russia, come up here, I'll give you a free hug. Any Russians? So the thing is, we're going to make a difference, reconciliation. But the thing is, we got to get rid of Dan Andrews. We got to get rid of Dan Andrews. If we do that, things are going to be different. I'll play a long-winded, so I'll stop. Thanks very much. Big round of applause. Quick speech again. Thank you everyone for coming today. We're here today for the March for Australian Neutrality because Australia is sick of getting dragged into foreign wars that don't serve our national interests. It's time for all Australians to stand together for peace as soon as possible. We don't want to support a foreign war in Europe. We need to take a step back. We need to think
And we need to make sure that we don't stand on the brink of nuclear annihilation. We cannot allow a third world war to start over a small part of Ukraine. And more so, we cannot allow Australia to get dragged into this when it does not serve our interests. We're here from all walks of life to stand for peace, to stand for prosperity, and to stand for unity. We need to work towards a negotiated peace settlement with Australian support both at the national level and here at the grassroots level. Everyday Australians cannot afford to be sending money overseas to fight foreign wars. We have enough problems here at home. We have Daniel Andrews in office. We have Anthony Albanese as our Prime Minister. We cannot allow the Labor Party of Australia to drag Australia into yet another foreign war. It's time for Russians and Ukrainians to put their differences aside, as hard as it may be. It's time for people to think clearly, to work towards peace, and for everyone who has any kind of ability in the theatre of war to step back, to think about our future, and to work towards a negotiated peace settlement as soon as possible. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome, he'll be back for sure. Like to now welcome Don. You ready to go, man? Come on, let's hear for Don.
Good morning, or is it good afternoon, everybody? You all know why you're here, don't you? Everybody here knows why we're here, and our job is to come out every week because we are the news, and we are the truth tellers, and everyone knows it. And I'm just happy that now people are starting to understand why the Ukraine is very important. And everyone here understands why that's important. So our job is to walk down these streets and get the people who are deceived into believing it's situation normal, that we are here to let them know, look at the signs, that the media is manipulating them, manipulating the way they think. And our job is to get them to reevaluate what they're thinking and continue to promote the truth. Because this is a worldwide movement of a great awakening in Melbourne. You are playing a huge part on the world stage. Let's go, March. Let's go promote the truth.
So good to see you here, buddy. This guy's been on the steps of Daniel Andrews' vacated office, incidentally, every day. Feels like a Melbourne.
Thanks, mate. Good afternoon. How are we going, ladies and gentlemen? Feeling all right? Feeling good? Awesome stuff. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak today. I'm just going to make this short and quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just seeking to express my concerns about the conflict in Ukraine and Australia's involvement up until this point. Okay, perfect. Maybe that's a little bit better. So I'm not here choosing sides. I'm not here choosing the side of Russia. I'm not here choosing the side of Ukraine. Both countries have great people, and nobody wants to see people from either of those countries suffering. Do we agree on that? Yes. Do we agree on that? Do we also agree that the war is a complicated situation, it is intricate, and it is not a black and white situation? Is that also fair to say? Yes. Is it fair to say that we do not want to see another situation that is anywhere similar to the George Bush era war on terror that saw unspeakable amounts of our taxpayer dollars overseas, our troops overseas, and Australian lives lost? We don't want to see something like that, do we? No, absolutely not. So My message is very, very simple, and that is that I believe that we're here speaking on behalf of millions of Australians when we say that we don't want to see hundreds of millions of dollars of our equipment going overseas to fight in foreign wars. No, absolutely agree on a peace negotiation, and if Australia can play a meaningful role in that peace negotiation, then I think that is most definitely where we are best suited. And of course, when we look at the military hardware sent overseas, it also forces us to look at our own ADF right here in Australia. We know that our ADF is underfunded, they're under-equipped, and it should be the absolute objective of the federal government to increase our military spending to ensure that Australia can first meet its defence capabilities before it seeks to contribute defence to other nations. Is that also a fair comment? That we need to look after our own backyard before we look after the backyards of other countries. All right, so in closing, ladies and gentlemen, the message is really simple. It's neutrality, it's peace, it's not choosing one side or the other. It is simply seeking to position ourselves whereby we can help contribute to peace negotiations. And we must keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that unless you, me, and everybody who cares intervenes in the political process, then you can expect to see further situations such as the George Bush era war on terror, which led to, of course, a destabilized Middle East and a reign of destruction that permeated throughout the world. So guys, we've got an election next month. The objective is we need to sack Dan Andrews. Are we ready to do that? All right, so that's just about it from me. I don't have anything more to comment, but guys, Victoria's future is depending on you. We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to shake things up, to redirect the course of history in our state and to replicate that throughout our country so that we don't have to be involved in these foreign wars and so that we can start looking after each other again. So consider doing something different this state election. I'll just be brazen. Freedom Party of Victoria. I'm the state leader of this party. We're grassroots. We're built in Victoria, made for Victoria, and please consider supporting us this election. Thank you. God bless. I'll see you soon.
Amen. Thank you, Morgan. Much appreciated. Love what you're doing, man. Love what you're doing. Not want to be too political today, but we all know this election is already fixed, right? We know corruption lives here, right? Keep calling it out up until election day. We need them to know that we're not sucked in anymore. He's got winning elections to a corrupt art form, this man. And it's got to end. There hasn't been democracy for so long. There's been no democracy in Australia. They've actually got a museum of democracy now. Don't know if you realise, I just learned that last week. It's in the museum. It's crap. Please welcome Alexandra to the microphone before you head off.
Thank you, everybody. I'm here. Sorry, my throat's a bit sore, everybody. I'm an Oscar-nominated film producer. I actually made a film that was nominated for an Academy Award several years ago in Poland. This was a story called Most the Bridge, and I believe that we are here right now. Sorry. I am partly Russian, and the persecution that I felt because of my genealogy has been horrible. But the roots of where this started is very important for everybody to know. And in the early century, our family was persecuted by a Marxist Red Army. That Red Army came from the great-grandfather of Zeus. Our family was persecuted and came out of Russia into Ukraine and into Europe. So this is very confronting. Many people don't understand the full impact of what it is to be a refugee running for your life against a red Marxist army. A lot of people, and I'm in the film industry and I'm a journalist, And a lot of the stories that you are hearing out of Ukraine is not right. There are many things behind the scenes that need to be addressed, and it looks a certain way, but it's not that way. So I'm here to speak truth. I'm here to speak for people that deflected out of Russia into Ukraine that never have had a voice. I'm here to speak about 250,000 children and women that are sexually trafficked out of Russia and Ukraine. I'm here to speak about the nuclear weapons that have been organized through different areas underground. We're here for the people. We are here to make sure that people get to hear the truth. And that needs to be spoken. My movie has seen many people come out of regions of captivity and being silenced. So today, I want to just go to the roots of where this started and what we need to do to get people out and feel safe again and speak.
America, England, or are we in Australia?
So,
Are we in Australia?
there's a lot more to say, but that's the start. But we are crossing over, and it's up to us to want to see this happen, okay? And we're going to see a lot of healing when this happens. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your witness. Appreciate it. Okay, one final word. All right, everybody, it's time to march. Let's get all the brothers up to the back over there, and let's get ready to march. We're going to start the march in about 5 minutes. Everyone with a flag and a banner to the front. And okay, right, let's head over there. Check, check. Check, check.